So guys, today is July 20th, and in today's video, I want to talk about whether or not you should quit your W-2 job if you do have one and just do strictly gig work. So that's today's topic. But before I really get into it, I got to go to the Home Depot and pick up this roadie order that's paying me a total of $49.73. to pick up an interior door. I'm loving it right now. So let's go get this door, pick it up, load it, drop it off, and we'll talk. So guys, should you quit your W-2 and only do gig work? Well, that's a question that I know a lot of you guys been asking yourselves, because when you go to the W-2, there's a lot of rules, regulations. You know, you gotta wake up, there's a set schedule, or your schedule changes. Maybe you work morning shift sometimes, evening shift, sometimes you have to do the night shift, and it's just a strain. It's just a strain on your life. You're not getting paid enough. You know, you got to deal with supervisors, managers, bosses, and it's just frustrating all the way around. You see what I mean? It's just simply frustrating. You get to work late a few times, they want to write you up. And I could talk for myself because I do have a W-2 job. So I know exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm asking myself the same question. Should I quit my job and just the gig work? It's tough. It's tough because, one, with a W-2, you don't have job security because, you know what I mean? Listen, I went on vacation. I've been on vacation for almost 2 weeks, and I haven't received a single phone call from my job to say, hey, how are you doing? We miss you. You know, we can't wait until you get back because, you know, the job is suffering. You know, we need you. No, they don't care. You see what I mean? So in terms of job security, it's not there. Like my maintenance, like the boss, let's say, the boss, my former boss, he actually got let go because he was on disability and he couldn't come back in time, and they let him go. They basically told him, like, we don't need you. We can run this place without you. Because he wanted to come back, but, you know, it just shows. It doesn't matter who you are. You could be at the top, you could be at the bottom. There ain't a job security. But what I like about the W-2 is that every week I know I could get this set amount of money. All I need to do is just show up, do my job, and, you know, keep doing it over and over again. Just rinse and repeat. That's the thing about the W-2. The rinsing and repeating. And if you keep washing something, rinsing it, it's gonna wear out after a while, and you're gonna get, you know, it's gonna wear down. And that's what a W-2 does. It wears you down. Sometimes you don't feel like you're making enough, and that's why you start doing a side hustle, whether it's gig work, whether it's YouTube, whether it's starting a business, whatever you do for extra income. You do it because the money at your main job, your W-2 job, isn't enough. So that's one reason I could say why I actually still work at my W-2, because even though there's potential to make, let's say, $200 to $400 every day once I put in the time, it is not guaranteed money. It ain't. Because some days the gig apps are slow. You know, if you have a contract with maybe a business to do their deliveries, something could happen. Your vehicle could break down and you can't fulfill the contract, and then they have to, you know, sever ties with you. There's a lot of things that could go wrong when you're working for yourself. Because remember, you're doing this for yourself. This is your car or your van or your SUV. You have to pay the insurance, pay the maintenance. You know, you have to just, you know, you're responsible for the upkeep of the vehicle. If something goes wrong, you're responsible. That means you can't make no money if something goes wrong. But at your W-2, if a vehicle that you use breaks down, you get another one. You see what I mean? And another one. Or if there's no vehicle, you do something else. So, you know, pros and cons when it comes to doing both gig work and, you know, your W-2. So I think that's the biggest factor for most people, is that guaranteed income and that fear of not making any money, like basically going all in when it comes to gig work and not making enough money. You see what I mean? So you did the gig work to make extra money and you're like, yeah, I'm making good money, I'm doing well, and then bam, things are not working out. It ain't working out, man. You know, you quit your W-2, you're doing gig work, then the gig apps are slow. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? So in my opinion, like for now, personally, even though I really don't like going to my job these days, to be completely honest, I've been off from my job for 2 weeks and man, it's been some of the best days of my life recently, I have to say. You know what I mean? I wake up when I want, I start work when I want. I don't have to basically abide by the rules of my W-2 job. You see what I mean? So it's difficult. It's difficult. But for me, the fact that I'm a homeowner, I have a family, I have kids to support, I have myself to support, you know, I have a lot of responsibilities. It is hard to go all in when it comes to gig work. I can. There's ways around things. But I don't think I'm at that point yet. Maybe I'm getting there, but I'm not at that point yet, because with your W-2, you get the benefits. You get paid vacation. I get 4 weeks. I get paid sick days. I get 8 sick days and the personal day. And with gig work, you don't get none of that. If you don't work, you don't make no money. You see what I mean? You have to, if you want benefits, you have to pay for your own benefits. You see, or get Medicaid or whatever. I don't know how these things work, but I'm just saying. There's a lot of garbage trucks coming up and down, you know, so I'm just waiting for the garbage truck to come through so that I can deliver this door. But they're holding me up right now. But yeah, so it's just basically, you know, the risk. Are you willing to take the risk of only doing gig work and not a W-2? Look, there's a lot of freedom. There's a lot of flexibility. You can start work when you want. You can stop. You can go drop your wife to work, drop your son to school like I'll be doing on my days off. You know, you could go hang out with friends. You could go watch a movie. Once you make what you feel is the right amount for that day, let's say you have a goal of 200, you could hit 200 by 12 o'clock. You could take the rest of the day off if you want. You see what I mean? And then, or you could take a couple hours off and go back out later. You know, it's the flexibility. That's the thing about the gig apps that people are attracted to, the flexibility. But it's a lot of risk you're taking. Like I mentioned, you're using your own car, you're using your own van. If anything goes wrong, you're out of commission. You have to look for ways around it. Maybe you have to rent a vehicle to continue to work, and that's gonna, you know, cut into your income. So it is a tough one. It is a really tough one. You gotta take like a leap of faith in order to actually make that move. Or you have to actually be in a really tough situation where the job is just not working out for you and you're like, you know what, man, I think it's time to go all in. Or if you have a spouse, a significant other, you could say, all right, since they have a W-2, they can continue doing their W-2. You can go on their benefits, and you could try a little thing with the van business, or deliveries with your car or your SUV or what have you, a bike. And you could go all in. You could say, listen, I'm a believe in myself. I'm a trust in myself. You know, you could say to yourself, I'm self-motivated. I'm self-driven. I don't need nobody to push me. I got this. I got great work ethic. I got this. And you could go out there and you could just go all in when it comes to, you know, starting a cargo van business or whatever kind of business you want to get into and start making the money. You know, there's ways around it, but you have to plan. You just can't jump into it like you just can't dive in head first. You have to dip your toes and feel it out, and, you know, dip your legs in and feel it out and be like, oh, this water is a little cold, but I think I could deal with it. You just don't go head first, because if you do that, you might hit some rocks down there. You see what I mean? You got to feel things out first. You feel me? You feel me? So I just wanted to drop these thoughts, you know, because these things I've been thinking about. I really want to quit my job. I really want to. But the thing is, my job is easy. I've been there for 11 years. It's easy. You know, it ain't stressful for me. But I see a lot of potential doing gig work. If I make 300 to 400 a day. Like, I mean, I can make that. Some days it will take longer than others, but I know I can do it. You see what I mean? And if I really put my mind to it, every 10 days, I could be 3,500. Unopposed to at the W-2, every 10 days, every 2 weeks, I might be, let's say, $1,500 to $2,000. That's a big difference. You could change your life with this gig work. But are you ready to take that leap? Are you ready? It's tough. There's a lot of things I could talk about. There's a whole lot of things I could talk about, man. I could get into taxes and the benefits and all of that. I could, you know, but for me personally, guys, just to conclude this video, for now, I like the hybrid model. And the hybrid model is doing gig apps or have a side hustle along with the W-2. Once you're not, you know, killing yourself. I like the hybrid model. I make good money with the hybrid. The hybrid model, in my opinion, has definitely changed my life and put me in a better financial situation. So I think that's a conclusion for me. The hybrid model is the way to go. W-2, whether it's full-time or part-time, and doing gig work, because you could basically use the benefits of the W-2 and the advantages of having a W-2 and then mix it in with the gig work. But if you have no tolerance for the W-2 anymore, then gig work it is. But there's a lot of drawbacks. There's a lot of things that you have to put up with and deal with. You're your own boss. Do you have what it takes to run your own business? Ask yourself that before jumping into this. So let me get this dough delivered, and then we'll actually move on to some other topics. So guys, let me know your thoughts down below. I'm your boy Dominic. This is Gigabyte NYC. Subscribe if you're new, like the video if you haven't yet done so. And until next time, peace out and Godspeed. Let's go.